So, we are in the garage with the what thought was dead Subaru, and I just started up so I could back it out and then get it up on ramps to do the oil change, because the assumption was that the last time I looked at the dipstick, it was like way high, but I just drained the entire oil out of the car and it only had 4 quarts in it. So I must have been on an incline or like been in some kind of a, I don't know, mental deficiency and checked it with it running. I really don't know what happened, but there is not an excess amount of oil in it. And the whole point of this being a video, well, the other thing is spilled oil all over the engine because for some reason the like filler neck doesn't want to let the oil go down as fast as it should. I think it's because I was using half a water bottle as a funnel because all my funnels disappeared. But anyway, if we come over here into the other half of the garage, there's my oil. Now, you'll notice, so first things first is that line right there that's right above the oil, that's the 4 quart line. And you'll also notice this oil has no green in it at all. So there's no coolant in this oil at all, which is great because it means that the problem I thought it had doesn't exist, which kind of makes sense because when I ran the, what's that thing called? The engine block test thing where you put the tube on in the radiator, well, not in it, but like in here, and then you pump and it sucks the like gases away from the coolant, and if it turns yellow it means you got combustion gases in there. Well, that didn't happen. So what this might mean is something else is happening, obviously. I mean, that's so the only other thing, it does burn oil, and also it's super dark, so you're not gonna be able to see anything, but somewhere down in the depths of here, that's where the smoke seemed to be coming from when I started it up and it was idling, and that's the only time you can see the smoke, and then it goes away. But this time it smelled like oil smoke and not coolant smoke at all, which I guess is good. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it doesn't seem to have a blown head gasket, at least not one that's leaking internally. The coolant level in the radiator is still good, which I don't know the last time I put coolant in here. And then, well, you cannot see it because the lighting in here isn't that great, but that's good too. So I don't know what's going on. So the only annoying thing is this isn't on either of my insurance policies anymore, which, yes, I have 2 of them because I don't want to get rid of Progressive because I've got like the maximum level of rewards with them, but I don't want to get rid of Allstate because I have my home insurance with Allstate, and if I don't have car insurance and home insurance with Allstate, my home insurance will cost $200 more a year, which is almost half, because it's like $470 a year or something. So essentially, the Mercedes right there is on Progressive because it's the cheapest to insure out of all the cars I have, and then the silver Subaru there is on my Allstate policy. So this one is not on any policy, so I can't even drive it, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe at some point I should switch it back over, or at least there's a shop up the road. Maybe I should take it there and have them look at it and see if they can find out what it's leaking and what's going on. Because it's kind of weird. It's not going to be like, I can't just be like, yeah, it's got a coolant leak. It's like, well, it had a coolant leak. It probably still has a coolant leak, and then it's also burning oil. But it's like I could do that, and then it would cost me like $100 to know exactly what's wrong with this thing, and then figure out if I should fix it, or if they should fix it, or whatever. Because if I was going to do, I was thinking about just doing head gaskets when I thought the head gaskets were blown. But it does burn oil, so it's like, well, I should probably just swap the whole engine at that point. Otherwise, I'm going to have to rebuild it, which would probably cost more. But either way, something will be done with this car now that we know that there's no blown head gasket, at least of the internal leaking variety. I suppose it's possible that the head gasket is leaking to atmosphere, and I could probably do a compression test to figure that out, but I don't know. I mean, the spark plugs are, you can kind of see one spark plug, I think, yeah, right there, one wire, but I don't know how to get a compression tester on there without it being really annoying. So I don't know, I might just take it someplace and have them look at it, because I don't need to drive it right now. I could at least find out what's going on, and then I would know what's going on, and I could decide what I'm going to do with it, because I really don't want to, like, I'm not parting it out no matter what. Either I'm putting a new engine in it, I'm going to keep driving it, or I'm going to fix the engines in it depending on what's wrong. So that's what's going to happen. I'm glad I finally did this, because I was thinking this thing was dead, and it seems like it's not. So that's weird.